Good question. You guys need a raise at Popp Dapp. You're asking very potent questions. Hi, this is Mikhael Kantroo for Popp Dapp. Let's have a fun chat.
Dil Ko has already captured more than 500,000 hearts. What was the emotional core you tapped into while creating this music video, and how did your on-screen chemistry influence the story?
I think the emotional connect that we had with the audience was that it was two regular guys who see a girl way beyond their reach. And I think that was something that was quite relatable because I think it's something that almost every guy has felt at some point in time. And that was the focus, that was the idea, to make people feel that there's something relatable, and then we go into a dream sequence that suddenly becomes very aspirational and larger than life, so as to say. And the on-screen chemistry, of course, was very diverse. One was with Varun, who I worked with several times before, on stage and on camera. The other was Dia, who I was working with for the first time. So I think it was interesting how it was easy with both of them, and yet there was things that I was finding out new about even Varun after working with him after so long. And Dia surprised me a lot. She was refreshingly spontaneous and very, very professional. And I think that camaraderie that we shared, I think kind of reflected in the music video.
You've just wrapped your first international ad campaign with the leather farm, shot in Dubai. What was it like blending fashion, identity, and storytelling on a global stage?
It was an incredibly fascinating experience. I felt nervous in the beginning, in a sense, because I had never done an international ad before. The product was exclusively being sold to a North American market, and this was entirely going to be shown in the North American digital platform. So I kind of took some much needed advice from my American wife, who gave me a few cues on as to what they probably would like. I even asked a few friends, did a little bit of research, because I really needed to understand what that market likes and what kind of products it likes, and therefore the story and the milieu and of course my identity as an artist and what people connect with me all has to be blended into that. You see, because whenever you want to sell something, you make an ad, you make a movie, you make a music video, you always have to understand who is it that you're talking to, what's your audience. So that was a little bit of an important aspect that I sort of focused on, and I thoroughly enjoyed the research, and shooting it was an absolute delight as well. And it's actually going to come out as we speak tomorrow. So I'm super excited, and fingers crossed that it should be accepted and it should guarantee good sales for the product and for the brand.
From acting to modeling to music videos, your artistic expression spans many forms. How do you choose the projects that resonate with you? And is there a common thread that ties them together?
Well, initially the projects choose you. You don't choose the project. But as you work, years go by. I've been doing this for almost 8-9 years now. As years go by, you start building a bit of a brand. People start recognizing you. They start trusting you. When I did my first ever ad, I think I produced it. I didn't even act in it. Today I produce my ads as well as act in it because the brands trust me. But then that's an entire journey that we're talking about of so many years, and again and again and again and again, people see you, the brands see you, the people, your audience sees you, and then they start trusting you. So it's like every business. There's about building a certain brand name. It's about making a certain market for yourself. You have to be very, very specific about what you don't want to do, in the sense that there's not much that you should overburden as an actor. You must be ready, open for everything. But there are some rules, some ethics that I think you should follow. I follow them. One of them is I don't cheat my audience, whether it's selling something or a product or a project. I'm honest, and that I think is very important for the audience. I think Even as an audience member, when I watch somebody, that's very important for me. And yeah, I think it's been a very smooth journey, and I think the tenets are the same, whether it's a music video, whether it's a film, whether it's an ad. The tenets are the same. Give your audience the maximum. Give them exactly what you promised. At least try to give them 10% more, and always give your best, and be ready that sometimes the best might not be enough.
The visual storytelling in Dil Ko feels intimate yet cinematic. Were there any personal moments or memories that shaped how you portrayed your character?
Well, I mean, I have been known to be a little bit of a romantic so and so in my real life. I wouldn't want to say much because then that's not my job. But yeah, I've been. I guess you can say that I'm a romantic at heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and romance is something that does come easily to me, or at least so people say when they see me. Um, what I do when I do tend to romance is I tend to use the person in front of me, whoever the actress is. I don't do those other things like substitution and stuff like that. I feel like every person is beautiful, every lady, every man, uh, everybody from 18 to 80. I think I can say safely that I can romance everyone from 18 to 80. And romance to me is far more than just sexual. It's far more than just physical. It is physical, but it is not just that. I feel like there is a lot more to romance. It's about looking into somebody's eyes and letting them know that you're there for them. That's romance. Romance can be in a moment. Romance can be in a fleeting second, even. Um, and to be able to recreate that on camera, I think there has to be a lot of comfort, because I think that's what I learned from my real life. The more somebody's comfortable with you, the better the romance.
Having worked on an international shoot, how has that experience shifted your perception of audience, culture, and creative freedom?
I think the audience is more or less the same everywhere around the world. Culture, yes, diverse cultures. So sometimes the outwardly way of expressing the emotion might be different, but the core emotion that every audience member feels around the world is more or less the same. Uh, More or less the same meaning: fear, joy, greed, desire. These are very basic feeling in human emotions that everybody around the world feels. So it's not that it changes from, if you go to do an ad in the United States or you do a movie in India, it's going to be very radically different. Like I said, it would be perhaps the way you express the emotions might be different. Like I use my hands a lot being an Indian man, and maybe they wouldn't do that in North America, but that's about, those are the kind of outwardly things that we're talking about. But yes, I would agree with you that change of mindset and a certain kind of exposure that comes with working with abroad or working in different cultures is something that I have thoroughly enjoyed, and I would recommend for almost every artist out there. It is something that I wish to experience again and again, because I think it's very exciting and very enriching to work with different cultures and different people around the world.
What's something surprising or even funny that happened on the set of Dil Ko or during the leather farm shoot that no one knows about until now?
I think I pretty much spoke about Dil Ko, about how we kind of like had a dream sequence and how we had a fight sequence and all of that, and we were dancing and all of that happening like sort of amidst like regular people. So that was a little bit funny, because people, when they sort of pass by or they see you shoot, they find it very like crazy when that's happening. So their expressions are kind of really funny. The Denver, the bag ad in Dubai was really scandalous, because there I am doing stunts. I'm sort of running. I'm jumping out of a car and on the middle of the road, which was a little different to normal people. Even in my production, were finding it a little crazy, but it was great fun. It was a childhood sort of kind of a fantasy, growing up on all these Mission Impossible films that I too want to do. And I did a little bit of it, and hopefully I enjoyed it so much that I hopefully look forward to doing a lot of more crazier stuff in my upcoming shoots, because I think that fun and that excitement sort of definitely translates into the work.
If you could soundtrack the next chapter of your life with one genre or artist, who or what would it be, and why?
Good question. You guys need a raise at Popp Dapp. You're asking very potent questions. Um, One artist. This could be one of those moments when you make a teaser for this whole thing. When I keep going, and thinking. I think the song which Dev Saab sang, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. I think that would be old Bollywood classic. I think is me. I'm an old school guy. I even like drinking old fashioned. What can I say? So yeah, more or less that. For me, this is the whole thing that I am and what I stand for is romancing life. It is all about that for me. I'm somebody who wants to enjoy and live every moment and every day to the fullest that I can, to the best of my ability. And I think that's pretty much what I am. So that song basically encapsulates that whatever life comes and throws at me and comes by, I embrace it. I give it my best. I put all my good vibes out there, just like I'm putting all my good vibes out there to you, beautiful people. And this is what I would like to say to people who are younger, sort of younger than me today, that it's not easy. I don't know who said it was. It never was supposed to be. But what we can make it is we can make it fun by adding our energy to it. And whatever energy we put out there, I promise you one thing, that energy will come back to you. So if you put out good energy and if you think of life as something that's an adventure and that you want to wholeheartedly embrace and take on, you're going to have a great time and you're going to have a great ride. So just put out good vibes and work on your fashion, and maybe you can also be sitting here and talking to good people at Popp Dapp.